Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Russ back again with some more Madden 17 Ultimate Team. And as you guys can see, the squad has changed a little bit, not a lot, but I changed my team all the fucking time. I can't even keep up with what my changes are. So honestly, every time you guys see the team, usually the top three players will stay the same, but it's usually, little nitpicky positions around there. So if I never, or if I decide not to show the team before a game, or I just forget to when I decide to record a game, just know the top three players will pretty much stay the same, and then it will be little stuff in between that will change, and I will let you guys know in game if I notice it. But there's really no big changes usually ever, just small changes. Is right there. Just throw it right at me, man. Why the fuck not? Bobby Wagner with the pick six to start the game. First play, first score. That's a hell of a start, man. I love starting that way. I mean, one thing I wanted to say, I actually remember when I was editing this, I was like, I got to talk about Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is my favorite and best user I've used this year. He is absolutely incredible. I don't know what it is about Bobby Wagner, but he plays so good. He's like really elusive, and he can move really, really quick. He was actually my user back in Madden 25 as he bombs us over the top and scores in a couple of plays, so he ends up coming back out with a vengeance. But Bobby Wagner is my main user in Madden 25 because he was really fast, but he never had height. And then all of a sudden, Anthony Barr came in. Anthony Barr was my main user last year. Now it's back to Bobby Wagner. I feel like height doesn't give you everything at a user position. You need other stuff as well. And Bobby Wagner actually gives me chemistry, and that's why I got him in the first place. It's him and Deion Buchanan have been my favorite users, but I think I like Bobby Wagner more. It's right there. We end up firing a dot to Jermaine Kearse. That could have been picked off if I would have waited a little bit longer. Luckily, I waited. Probably still too long, but, good enough. Jermaine Kearse also, guys. Jermaine Kearse, my number 2 receiver is usually always my number 1 target. It's never my number 1. And you're thinking, well, maybe you should just put fucking OBJ at your number 2. I have. He doesn't play that well with the routes that I run. I don't know why, but I just prefer Jermaine Kearse or somebody else like Jimmy Graham, like that. As you guys can see, my games are updating. Fuck me over. Anyway, Jermaine Kearse and Jimmy Graham have been my main targets. As right there, Jimmy Graham actually drops the ball, which would have put us at the 4-yard line. That was a tough catch, though. I couldn't really expect him to catch that after marching all the way down the field. And right here, I try to roll around, and I run right into a sack. So on 3rd and 19, I'm thinking, just don't make a stupid decision. I'll take my points if I need to. And wow, Jay Cutler just swerved like 4 people. I took a hit right there. I could have easily fumbled, so I'm lucky I didn't. And I didn't want to test my luck. I was like, just take your lead. Take your lead. You're at the end of the first quarter. You get the ball back at half. There's no reason to go for it. And that's basically been my mindset lately. I've been trying to make better decisions. I think decision making is key. If you go for it on 4th and 15 early in the game, your opponent's only up by 3 or 7, that's stupid because you most likely won't get it. It's a fluke chance that if you get into 4th and 17, you're most likely not going to get it. So I've been trying to make better decisions, and I have. And this actually put me in good position as right here we are up 10-7. But if I went for it and didn't get it, I'm tied. You got to take your leads when you get them. It's right there. We lay out LaShawn McCoy. Seems like everybody has that 90 overall LaShawn McCoy. He's a problem, man. He's a problem. He's really hard to stop. I think he's actually the best running back stat-wise in the game. I don't know how he plays. I've never used him. I've never used any shady this year, the gold, the elite. I think he has 2 elites now. I think he already has 3 cards. He has the base gold, the signature, and then he has the team of the week. Definitely deserving, but I don't know. And right there, he gets sacked. Tried to go to a screenplay, and I cover that shit, and D'Angelo Hall comes up with the interception. And you guys already know what's coming next. He does end up quitting out. Connection to your peer has been lost in just a second. There it is. And I didn't realize this guy had Aaron Rodgers. But anyway, into the second game now. We decided to, hop into another one for you guys, because I would suck just leaving you hanging with a 4-minute video. Usually like my videos to be 5 minutes or more, and then I'll be happy with them. But, under 5, I really don't. Honestly, I don't like the look of it, like a 4-minute, 10-second video. I just don't like the look of that. And unless it's something completely different. But a game, no. And right here, again, guy has LaShawn McCoy. I don't know which one it is because his top 3 players were like Tim Brown and Jim. I can't remember. Is it Tim Brown or Jim Brown? I'm retarded. I think it's Tim Brown. But I might be butchering that. But he has a lot of good players. He has Ray Nitschke. I can't remember who his top player was. It was Tim Brown and then Nitschke and somebody else. But he definitely has a better squad than me. My squad is basically consistent of 3 good players that are higher overalls and then a bunch of hero players. That's basically it. But hero players are good, but they're just, the bang for your buck because you don't have to pay that much. You can honestly get a hero player, 3 times less than you would for a player at the same position with possibly the same stats. You're just paying for the name. So right here on 4th and 4, we end up getting him stuck. He tries to go over the middle, and he does. And he finds Jim Brown. I can't remember what the fuck his name is. I'm fucking retarded, dude. God damn, I'm actually a fan of that guy. I've watched his highlights before. Dude was a goon. But anyway, 3rd and 11 right here. He ends up going over the middle. I knocked that ball out, so 4th and 11 from the 12-yard line. And he does take his field goal. Definitely a good decision. It's really hard to score from inside the 20-yard line. I mean, it's really hard, man. Seriously, because all the zones play really compact. And, you know, it's hard to get somebody open unless you're able to run the ball. And this guy decided not to. So 1st and 10 right here, I do end up running with David Johnson. And I've been trying to get better at running, like not holding the sprint button right away. But I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad at trying to time when to use the turbo. And right there, as you guys can see, I don't do very well on that run. And I lose 7. So 2nd and 17, we're in a bad situation right here. I see circle on the sideline. I wait way too fucking long to throw it. Yeah, I fucked up right there. So 3rd and 17, he sends the pressure off the left side. Definitely a good play right there. I was not expecting that. I was expecting either heavy coverage D or at least just, you know, a 4-man, 3-man rush. So 4th and 11, we do end up punting. Now, this is what I'm talking about decision making, because this actually ends up helping me in the long run. So 2nd and 10, after skipping forward a little bit, he does end up chucking it up deep. Delvin Breaux is there, swap button. I don't know who that was. I think that was Demaryius Thomas out there. No, that was Marvin Harrison. This guy had a lot of legends. He had a lot of people on his team. As you guys can see, he's got Jeremy Shockey. He's got a lot of good people on his team. And right there, I play the wrong person. I leave my zone. That's what sucks about using, man. If you go to play somewhere else, you could easily get burned over the middle in your zone. So 3rd and 2, we get him stuck another 3rd. And right there, Bait City, baby, number 2. That's number 2 of this episode. Bobby Wagner ends up picking that one off and going to the house. This is what I'm talking about, man. I love Bobby Wagner. He's super agile, and he can move really quick, make quick cuts so I can, bait people pretty easily. And right there, I knew he was going. I knew he was going to the out route. I was playing it from the get-go, and it ended up paying off. So now that punt definitely looks good, and Delvin Breaux gets the ball right back. Who knows what would have happened if, I would have decided to go for it on 4th down earlier. That would definitely been a bad decision. We end up just taking a knee. I didn't want to do anything stupid, I try a screenplay, it gets picked off, I fumble, something like that. I just want to make sure I took my knee, especially getting the ball back at half. Try to go up by 2 scores. If anything, go up by a full 7 points. So right here, I do run a play action. 2nd and 9. I'm looking for somebody down the field. I see OBJ one-on-one. I'm going to take that matchup all day. And he does catch it inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Trying to run the ball a little bit. This guy definitely had good run D. He had good run D. His user really helped him because he did play the safety, so it was a lot easier for him to play the outside runs and get some help out there. So 3rd and 6, I don't see much. I end up taking off with Cutler. He doesn't play it very well with the user. Jay Cutler says he does get in, but does get overturned at the 1-yard line. You guys already know we're going to the sneak, so Jay Cutler comes up clutch and does get in on the sneak. Whenever I go to a sneak, I make sure I quick hike. I don't want to give him chances to pitch the line, run commit up the middle and bring a user down. So skipping ahead a little bit, this guy has been crumbling. 3rd and 13. Okay, maybe not. He does find Jeremy Shockey over the middle, do the 39. He does get the 1st down. So that was a huge conversion. He does end up marching down the field. He's at the 38 now, almost gets sacked, but is able to fire a dot. So I think that's Marvin Harrison. I can't really see that name. That may be Demaryius Thomas, actually. Basing it off his team, I'm assuming that's probably the signature Demaryius Thomas, which is actually very expensive. So 14-3 still, 13 seconds left. He has nothing across the field. I know he's going to try to force something, and dude, Sam Shields, put your hands up, pick that shit off. 2nd and 10 at the end of the 3rd quarter. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Throw it right at me. Why the fuck not? As we sidestep his quarterback. That was mean. But that was Deion Buchanan. I actually have a formation where I have Deion Buchanan and Bobby Wagner both in the game. So that really helps me. I got 2 users on the field to pick whichever zone I want. So at this point, I'm thinking just go full shoe clock. And that's what I did. I was just trying to run the clock out. As you guys can see, I'm bringing the clock down to 3 seconds every time. And David Johnson just throwing people off of him. And he ends up quitting. I think he had enough. He had enough. Decision making, man. Decision making is what won me that game. I ended up punting on 4th and long, which was a good decision, and then it ends up paying off for me, and all of a sudden I win 14-3. If I make bad decisions, bad shit's going to happen. Luckily, I did make good decisions, and we won the game pretty easily. So this guy completely crumbled. He went for it a couple of times and ended up biting him in the ass. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you guys want to see more content, and be sure to leave down in the comment section what you guys thought. So as always, Dangerous Army, I'm out. Be sure to follow my Twitter @DangerousGaming. Link is in the description.